What up, it's your boy T-Bird on the reaction. So, about to do a new kill count. This is going to the sorry, I make sure my stuff again. This is going to the next movie and movie series. This is the Unfriended series. So it's two series. It's Unfriended and it's Unfriended Dark Webs. Right now we're gonna do Unfriended. So this is the kill count reaction from Dead Meat. I'm like saying, getting closer to and finish up the second batch of kill counts I asked for. I asked to see which one y'all wanted me to see first though. And this is it right here. This is like in, I think, midway as I did like all the I did Sleepover Massacre and all the Reanimators. So now here's Unfriended. So this is the first one. Came out 2014. Still is trying to look away, and you know I've been doing good. And why I do mean trying to look away, the first, damn, but second up. Why I do mean trying to look away, I mean it as in if it's frightening me to make me look away. Not like if I'm doing something here, look away in case somebody tried to count it yesterday. Because yesterday I look away not because of the game, but I was just trying to make sure my video was uploading as well too. Trying to multitask sometimes. Well, than that, here is Unfriended. Let's get it.
Movie footage used in the kill count is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching Unfriended in its entirety on home media or streaming services where available. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Unfriended, made in 2014 and given a wide release in 2015. Unfriended is, I guess, technically a found footage film, but the premise and execution is so unique, I couldn't help but fall in love with it. The entire movie is told through a screencast of the main character Blair's computer as she video chats with her boyfriend and friends. And the thing I love about it is how authentic it feels. Blair has tons of real programs open and a browser full of tabs. She switches between messages and music and web pages constantly. She begins to type messages out only to second guess herself and delete them. It definitely mirrors my experience of living a social life in the virtual space. Additionally, the cast all acts completely believable as real, kind of shitty high school students, ages notwithstanding. And the whole plot is a commentary on cyberbullying, a big issue in the modern era that was just starting to gain mainstream exposure when this movie was released. It's easy to write Unfriended off as a stupid slasher with a bunch of screaming teens, but I am seriously impressed by its commitment to the screencast premise. Plus, it's got a handful of fun kills. Let's see how many and get to them. The movie begins with a video on liveleak.com that shows the suicide of high school student Laura Barnes. It's pretty disturbing in how it feels, so, you know, look away if you have to. Although I will say it's real risky of her to hold a gun so far away like that. Good way to mess up and just maim yourself. Our audience
She did it outside in broad day in the park.
Laura Barnes to go kill herself after an embarrassing incident at a party. Things get really uncomfortable considering what was going on in the news at the time. You gotta remember, this movie came out in the wake of stuff like Steubenville and Audrey Potts, so yeah, it definitely has a message to it. Before we can see exactly what happened to Laura though, Blair gets a video call from her boyfriend Mitch. Mitch looks like he's ready to cruise Omegle with his wang out, and he nearly succeeds in getting Blair similarly topless. But she puts sexy cyber times on hold to give him an important announcement. She's finally ready to lose her virginity to him and have sex on prom night. Kind of a pat plan there, but that doesn't dampen Mitch's excitement. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate your booby? They're just about to get back to some virtual foreplay when they both unexpectedly join a group chat featuring a trio of their friends, blonde party girl Jess, Mitch's best bro Adam, and stoner funny guy Ken. All of them razz the couple about their almost cyber sex session, again in a way I think feels authentic.
Hey guys,
where are you coming from, man?
Hey Mitch, why you have such a big boner, bro?
what are you talking about?
I totally missed it.
Shut up.
We see in a separate iMessage that neither Blair nor Mitch answered the call, and I like how the film uses unsent messages to get into the head of our protagonist without having her explicitly say things. It's a clever device. Over in the group chat, they notice there's a nameless avatar in on the call with them. Nobody seems to know who it is or how they got in, and even after they all hang up and restart the call, the nameless participant remains. Mitch says he got a message from Laura Barnes, and then over on her Facebook, Blair gets one too. Spooky! And you know what, Blair? I don't think clearing your cookies is gonna fool a ghost. After the silent mystery person joins the third attempt at a group chat, Mitch points out that it's the anniversary of Laura's death and sends Blair to a forum that warns against answering messages from the dead, because the people who do so wind up dead as well. Blair tries to stop the messages from Laura's account by memorializing it through Facebook's system, but when she tries to do that, an error happens that fills those dialogue boxes with a creepy message of, I got her, I got her, I got her. So Blair remembers the name of the movie that she's in and unfriends Laura. Dun dun dun. Laura's account immediately messages her and says that was a mistake. Blair begins to suspect another friend, Val, is behind this tomfoolery, so she invites Val to the group chat while her friends show how two-faced high school cyberbullies are.
Can I just be honest? I don't like Val.
Nobody likes Val.
Hi, Val.
Hey, Val.
But looks like Val is getting punked by the ghost of Internet Past too, because an album of embarrassing pictures of her gets uploaded to Facebook on Jess's account. Jess says she has no idea how the album got uploaded, and a fight breaks out between the two of them.
I didn't do this, okay? I don't know why you're getting so Oh my god, you trashy little bitch!
Damn!
Wait, did you just call me trashy?
Wow, this group chat got awkward fast. Eventually, Jess is able to delete the album, but then the pictures are posted from Adam's account. The pictureless participant finally speaks up and admits that it was them who uploaded the pictures.
You said it was just a glitch. Well, the glitch just typed.
Blair sees that the glitch named Billy is actually the account of Laura Barnes, so I'll just refer to Billy as Laura from now on. Everyone in the chat grows suspicious that one of them is behind the account, and they even do a hand check to see who's trolling the rest of the group. But the messages keep on coming, and the mystery person sends something to Val privately that really sets her off. Val takes out her phone and calls the cops despite Laura warning her not to. Then Val's slow-ass motherfucking internet connection cuts out, and she leaves the chat. Blair gets an email with the subject Val plays the game, showing what Val had received privately. It's an Instagram post of a G-chat revealing how Val had been less than helpful when Laura reached out to her for help with the embarrassing video. Val told Laura to kill herself, which is seriously something you should never do, even though Ken voices his support for the retort.
Nobody wants to talk about it, but I'll give you the Ken opinion. Laura fucking sucked. She was a bitch.
Yo, this dude's an asshole.
All the shit she got from that video.
Blair's not comfortable with all this post-mortem shit talking and almost tells Mitch something about Laura's past involving her uncle, but instead decides that they should all just hang up. Laura then messages
that motherfucker's asshole.
If he does, there will be consequences. Laura reiterates the same point to the Skype group call, and then Val's camera suddenly returns to the chat, showing her sitting still next to a bottle of bleach. At first, it looks like the picture is frozen, but we get a pretty great moment when Blair calls her, and we see Val's phone vibrating across the table in the lower right side of her camera. Turns out the picture isn't frozen, Val is. Then this happens. Boom, jump scare. The camera stays messed up for a while until they hear some cops enter the house and mention 1055, which is apparently the police code for suicide. Sure enough, we get a glimpse of a dead Val lying on the ground before the camera connection finally cuts out. I think the consensus here is that Val killed herself by drinking that bleach, aka she got memed to death. Blair gets a private message from Laura with an attachment, and after her apparent 56K connection finishes downloading the JPEG, it's revealed to be a meme, or actually an image macro if you want to be correct about it, showing her and Adam together, who's not her boyfriend, of course. Laura tells the group that they're going to play a game tonight, and I don't think it's Words with Friends. Ken tries to stop this shit by emailing everyone a program to run that should remove any Trojans from their computers. And wait, Blair's hard drive is only 16 gigs? What the fuck? That's barely enough for an operating system. Anyway, everyone else gets their files quarantined and deleted, but Blair's been torrenting SNL, and the in-use file prevents her from emptying her trash bin. Lorne Michaels probably feels a sense of justice somewhere, as Laura gives the group 60 seconds to knock this shit off, and Adam gets so freaked out he points a gun at his webcam. Blair manages to empty her trash at the last second of Laura's warning timer, and the plan appears to have worked. The pictureless profile disappears from the group chat, and everyone cheers in relief.
Thank you, Ken.
Adam, you pulled out a fucking gun!
But maybe don't count your Neopets before they hatch, because after Blair takes a trip down Time Machine Lane to look at a history of her friendship with Laura, the mystery account rejoins the chat, only this time with a video feed. The image is obfuscated, and we don't know exactly what we're looking at until Ken gets up from his desk. That's right, the Skype call is coming from inside the house. It's a pretty creepy moment, and after Ken locates the source of the feed, his video freezes up. Then the call disconnects completely. Blair tries to call Ken back, but again, the image seems to be frozen, at least for a minute. Oh shit, things go crazy. And before you know it, Ken is sticking his hand straight face all up in the blades. Haha, man, Ken, you were the comic relief, dude. Hot-headed Adam hears a knock at his door, so he takes his laptop with him to check it out. After threatening the unseen knocker with his gun, the lights at his place go out, and Laura comes back into the chat to tell him to take a seat. Laura makes the embarrassing YouTube video pop up all over everyone's screens. Again, like that "you are an idiot" Trojan from days of old. And even force Chrome doesn't do shit to stop it. Should have been rocking Windows, Blair. Task Manager and End Process would have fixed you right up. With the screen held captive, we finally watch the video play through to the end and see the awful high school tragedy that befell Laura and led to her suicide. Apparently, she passed out at a party and shat herself. It's pretty disgusting, but much better than the stuff undoubtedly inspired this story. Props to Unfriended for finding a good substitute situation to use. Laura blames the group for the video and for all the YouTube comments that were posted on. Blair at first goes to deny it, but then reads that the best course of action for spooky spirits like this is to confess your sins. So she goes with the everyone was doing it defense? Yeah, Blair, you're probably gonna have to try a little harder than that. Laura says it's game time again and that there will be some severe consequences for the loser. After turning Adam's lights back on, she announces that Never Have I Ever is her game of choice, and Jess explains the rules to a clueless Blair.
Okay, you put up 5 fingers, and then if you've done something, you have to put your finger down.
Everyone reluctantly puts their fingers up, and the questions reveal inner conflicts among the friend group. For instance, Jess had started an eating disorder rumor about Blair, while Blair had crashed Jess's mom's car.
Ooh.
Great friend, Blair.
It gets worse though. It's revealed that Mitch sold out Adam to the cops for selling weed.
Wow.
And apparently, Adam had even bargained privately with Laura to save him, Mitch, and Blair in exchange for Jess's life. Eventually, a drunk and angry Adam throws a suggestion to Laura. Never have I ever had sex. That's when Blair has to reveal that she cheated on Mitch and slept with Adam, losing her virginity to him instead of Mitch as promised.
I hate you, Adam!
Fuck you, Blair.
Yeah, everything's pretty much fucked right now for these high schoolers. And things get even worse for Mitch when Laura shows them all a video on YouTube of Adam and Blair having sex. Wow, yeah, that has gotta be real rough for Mitch to see. I also feel bad for Jess, who's just sitting there in the middle of all this with her fingers up. After Adam waves his gun around at the screen, his printer prints something out.
What is it?
Says I'm not supposed to tell you what it says.
Oh, come on, Adam.
Blair's printer also activates, and she's equally unwilling to share what her note says. Mitch is furious about another apparent secret between Blair and Adam, so he gives her an ultimatum: show the paper or he'll leave, which Laura points out will mean his death. So Blair capitulates and reveals that her printout says that if she shows the note, Adam will die.
Ah,
Adam's gun
shit.
shoots him in the head.
Oh, shit!
And revealing that the note he got similarly said that if he were to show it, Blair would have died. Laura starts the game up again, which sends Jess screaming and running into her bathroom to hide. Blair tries to crowdsource a rescue from random strangers on chat roulette, and after a whole bunch of creeps and stoners, finally gets a helpful chick in Nevada who agrees to call the local police for her. But it's too late. Laura says goodbye, Jess, and Jess's camera turns to a black buffering screen. But, you know, only for a minute. When her picture returns, Jess has a hot curling iron in her mouth. She's killed in a tiny version of that classic sleepaway camp, and the results are posted on Facebook in macro form. Blair and Mitch's lights both go out, leaving them sobbing in the dark, with Mitch saying he's Blair and forgiving her for the whole Adam thing. Then Laura returns for one last round of the game and says that one of the two of them posted the video that ruined her life. After a 30-second countdown, Blair admits in a private message that it was Mitch who posted it, and she watches as he's killed by slamming his face down.
I looked, and just my hand was up.
Not the end, at least not yet, because Laura.
I looked, and just my hand was up on my head.
Blair tearfully tries to appeal to Laura's sympathy through old Facebook pictures of them together, but it doesn't work. And after the timer runs out, a video gets posted on Facebook that shows the director's cut ending to the embarrassing shit video. Turns out Blair was the one who recorded it in the first place. Blair's peers immediately start leaving comments, blaming her for Laura's death and telling her to kill herself, because I guess they've learned fucking nothing. Don't say that to people. The movie ends with the screen capture premise finally getting broken, much to my dismay, when the laptop is closed in front of Blair, and the last thing we see is a spooky jump scare face. Quite the digital adventure. How many kills did we rack up here in cyberspace?
Wow.
Let's find out and get to the... Oh, what's that message?
Uh-oh.
I don't know any Billies. Don't worry, it was just a glitch. 6 people died in Unfriended, and the victims consisted of 3
Half and
guys and
half.
3 girls, giving us an even gender split down the
So,
middle.
who gets
With a
the
runtime of only 83 minutes, we wound
golden?
up with a kill on average every 13.83 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Ken. There were a few good kills here, but Ken's is the one that everyone remembers, and I guess I just have a thing for blender kills. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Val, who apparently drank that bottle of bleach. I love the creepy stillness of the shot, but that doesn't mean the death itself was cool. And that's it. Unfriended was made in 2014, and the sequel, Unfriended Dark Web, comes out tomorrow, Friday, July 20th, so go see it. Remember, I can't cover it here until it's out on Blu-ray, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been The Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this.
Wow, that one. Wow, that was a crazy movie. Oh my goodness, man. The knife, I just like this. I was looking, in case y'all wondering, I was looking. I did literally see the knife in his face. I was close. I was close to not looking, but I was looking. Other than that, on to Unfriended Dark Web next time. So, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love. Wow.